um, Call of Duty franchise in general and the way the developers are treating everything that's been happening in the community. And this is going to be talking about the way BO4, World War II were handled, as well as Modern Warfare, the way it's being handled right as we speak, and Modern Warfare 2 Remastered PvP and Spec Ops, and what's happening with that. Not trying to show you guys too many sneak peeks of what's happening in Minecraft, by the way, because I have a video I'm going to work on the next day or two to release on, I believe I'm going to release on Monday, the third part to our story for Minecraft, but I'm not going to be talking about that right now. I don't want to show too many leaks, but some things have changed in the world. I'll definitely say I've updated it, made it a little more cleaner. But to start off the conversation, let's start off by talking about what's wrong with Modern Warfare, and see how things have changed since beta. So back when Modern Warfare was announced, they talked about the wanting to make the game about the players, and making that we wanted what we wanted and we would get what we wanted. Alright. Then they announced that the storyline and it would be a kind of like a reboot of COD 4, and we were all astounded. I know I pre-ordered it once I found that out. Then they said they were making it for noobs, basically what they said, by allowing not having the normal minimap, by having the map designs we're having. I mean, it's pretty obvious they were. But what doesn't make any sense to me, right, is the fact that why you would release a game like Modern Warfare for the noobs, when yes, they are a huge part of the COD franchise and they are a huge part of the overall player base. But why you would do that for them and not have anything there for the pro players like myself, who make up a very small part of the community, but very vital, and part that kind of makes the COD community continue to move. AI speaking, like YouTubers, pro players, that type of stuff. So they don't, no way for those players to do well in these games. It's very obvious who's pros on YouTube and who's not pros on YouTube, who are just getting easy lobbies. I don't want to throw too many names out, but I'm going to say at least, people like Swag, Korean Savage, Prestige's Key, those type of people. They are, for the most part, most of them are cool people, but there's a lot of conspiracies to go with how their lobbies are and all that stuff, which is debatable. Now, people like Jev and people part of FaZe and Optic and I don't really play the game as much, or when they do play the game, they're not huge fans of it. They just play it to play it. And I think that's a huge problem in the COD community. Losing that main group of people is not very healthy for the COD community. It's always been there. Now, talking about the main issues of Modern Warfare, we could be here all day. So I'm just going to do a brief history over the main problems with the game. So I'm not going to go into detail exactly what items are the problem with the game, because we could be here all day, like I said. But I'll give you kind of like a summary. Weapons are unbalanced. Weapons don't do enough damage, or they have too much recoil. They're supposed to be out there based off the real life counterparts, but a lot of them I noticed are just using the same ammunition, even though most of them wouldn't be. The map design is terrible. The DLC, the way they're handling DLC seasons is complete garbage. I understand we're doing this whole free DLCs, but it's not helping the game in any sort of form. There's nothing there. There's nothing good in these DLCs they're dropping. The Battle Pass system is just retarded of how slow it is to earn stuff, and why weapons are so high in the Battle Pass. It's just dumb. There's not enough camo challenges that are relatively easy to get, and there's not enough calling card challenges, not enough emblem challenge. We're not even allowed to make our own emblem, which is kind of retarded. Literally, World War II, BO4, BO3, IW, and even AW and Ghost even allowed you, not Ghost, I'm sorry, so last one I remember is AW and allowed you to create your emblem, and Black Ops 2 did. So the fact that we don't have this in Modern Warfare in the 2020 is kind of sad. Just saying. And you might be asking, like, well, what do you mean camo challenges are too easy? You just said don't want stuff easy. Well, the thing is, about camo challenges in Modern Warfare, there's 36 to 39 guns, 100 camos per gun, 10 camos per category, in 10 categories per gun. So when you do the math, it's about 3,900 to 3,600 camos in the game. That's to unlock Damascus camo. They are adding another master camo, but you need to have gold unlocked, and that's, you just need gold unlock that gun. You don't need Damascus or anything like that, and you can get it. They need to add some more camo challenges from, like, moving camos, some, like, kind of like what Black Ops 3 did or Infinite Warfare did with some moving camos, and either have them in the battle pass system or have them do, like, get 10 kills with this weapon, hit firing, or something like that. Make these camo challenges a little bit easier and more fun, because you need to have that thing for the noobs. Damascus is not for noobs, but having that there is causing, and not having anything else to grind for, is causing noobs to camp even more than they should be. And then, you know, if you have these easy camo challenges, they're going to go for these easy camos. They're not going to be focusing on Damascus. If you had a shit ton of them, even if they're only different color forms, noobs are going to go for them. You know, that's what they do. So having those easy camo challenges would actually, you know, benefit the game more than people would realize. Bringing back the old school minimap, get rid of this bullshit we have. I think that one of the largest ones on this list is probably going to be skill-based matchmaking. Get the fuck rid of it. It's garbage. It doesn't work. And the other one is focus on multiplayer. Stop focusing on Battle Royale. Battle Royale needs to be just not focused on. I mean, I think Battle Royale right now as it stands is pretty good, so stop updating that and start worrying about PvP. Your servers and hit detection are complete trash. It's the only COD game that I play that I literally lag and I have 100 speed, so I should not be lagging. I don't lag in any other video game, unless the servers are trash. So, like, there needs to be something done to fix these servers. I definitely think they need to add more stuff to grind for. So we got these operators, right? And they were hyped up when the game first was announced. These operators were gonna be like specialists, sort of. You can get stuff for them, but all their stuff is item shop related. There's no actual grindable stuff. So I'm asking is more grindable stuff and then put in the game, because as a player like me and myself, I grind a lot. I mean, I got Chrome. And I'm working on getting Chrome in 1000 again on my secondary account. I had Dark Matter when it came out. I got Dark Matter in the first month that it was out, the BO3. I had Diamond on 95% of the weapons in IW, except for snipers and pistols. I think melees. I think that was it. I'm not sure. And then I think MWR was the only other COD I didn't grind for. Even Black Ops 4, I had Diamond on a lot of weapons before I reset my stats. I was almost at Dark Matter. So, I mean, I grind for a lot of things. Modern Warfare does not have that grinding capability. It needs that grinding capability to keep the game alive. I mean, you're not going to keep a fan base if there's nothing to grind for. So the next thing we're going to be talking about is the problems with BO4. Now, I know I'm going to get into SG territory here because the way the people are nowadays. But I do want to put this out, that the music I've been playing in the background has literally not been heard this entire time, which is kind of awkward. Anyway, starting with BO4, we're going to talk about the things that happened before it. So, talking about BO4, we're going to actually go back in time to BO3. So, BO3, you can talk about the things that worked in Treyarch and the things that didn't work. I don't think EXO worked in Treyarch. I think if EXO was probably the best it ever will be in Infinite and Advanced Warfare. Advanced Warfare just was a very skilled, relied EXO suit. You couldn't just jump and get kills. You actually, someone had to be controlling, because you jumped straight up and you had to build, that's all you could do. Infinite Warfare, I think, did the best. They made EXO light and made it feel real, as if it were really doing EXO suits. So I think they did a really good job. And the hit detection was so beautiful when you're jumping around. It was beautiful. Now we come over to BO3. BO3 had some really solid detection as well, but the exosuit felt like you were heavy. I always felt like I was, you know, a fucking, 700-pound man that only drinks eats Doritos and drinks Mountain Dew 24/7. But there's that. The slightest sum on BO3 was complete garbage. I mean, to this day, and how many years later? Almost, what, 5 years almost? It's been a long time. 2015. So yeah, about 5 years. And I still don't have all the weapons, which to me is mind-boggling. That long and I still don't have all the weapons. So, yeah, I definitely think this Spy System is the worst. I think Infinite Warfare and Advanced Warfare, and I think even World War II Spy Systems were probably the best. Now, so the roots of BO3, the storyline was complete trash, which makes sense of why they scrapped BO4's storyline, because my theory is the BO4 storyline was somehow linked to BO3's, and BO3 was somehow linked to BO2. And they saw how BO3's was a failure, so they didn't want to release it and have another failure storyline and then ruin the entire Treyarch name. So they didn't release it. They released Battle Royale because they saw how Fortnite was growing at this time. But BO3 did wrong was BO3 was so focused on pay to win, it didn't care about the updates to the regular base weapons, and it let weapons like the Man of War and KM44 either A, in the beginning of the game dominate, at the end of the game fail. So it really just proved itself. So now we're moving on to BO4. And when they released BO4, it was kind of a sticky situation, because when it first came out, it was a solid game. I mean, it was playable, it was good, it worked. And then the updates came. And as the updates came, things went horribly wrong. I mean, horribly wrong. The spy system was added. We all know how that went. I mean, the reserve system is by far one of the stupidest fucking things you can think of. Like, let's give you reserve that you worked really hard for and only give you one item, and that item is probably going to be dog shit anyway. That just doesn't work. It doesn't work. It just doesn't. The battle pass, I don't care what anyone says. Don't care if my homies say it. I don't care if the FaZe member. I don't even care if the president tells me that it's good. The battle pass in BO4 was absolute fucking dog shit. The fact that you only get a weapon halfway through and at the end, it completely wipes out and kind of pushes you not to want to play for it, because when those weapons were first released anyway, they were trash, or the game was so fucking filled with already trash weapons that fucking shitted on you and they weren't even talented to use weapons, kind of push you not to play the game. And BO4's records, if you look, they weren't high. The same as Modern Warfare. The player records were not high. They weren't. They just weren't. Zombies on BO4, I think, was its ultimate savior. I think is what made it sell, because Zombies in BO4 was absolutely phenomenal. I loved it. And I didn't like BO3s that much. And up to this point, the last Zombies I actually loved was IWs. Even World War II's, I didn't really feel for it. So you might be asking, well, get one, Cabo, get at it. What you talking about BO4? What's bad about it? I'm sick of hearing this shit. So BO4 had a lot of issues revolving around kill time, map design, score sheet design. I mean, there was a lot of issues. I think some of the major issues were the way spawn rates were. Like, it felt like sometimes you spawned and you should have never spawned there, and other times you felt like you should have spawned there, but you didn't spawn there. So their spawn positions was horrible. Their weapons were unbalanced. They were just annoying to use. They didn't feel good. And score streaks were absolutely trash. They were basically reskinned versions of BO3 streaks, except minus the wraps and all that. Yeah, so BO4 kind of hinted at the whole fact that, you know, COD was in a bad state. Then we got Modern Warfare. And boy, that game, when they were talking about it before release, sounded like it was going to fix all our problems. And then we got the hands on the beta, the Gunfight 2v2. It was absolutely phenomenal. It was amazing the way it worked. And that didn't last very long. I mean, it didn't last long at all. After the beta, in the first initial weekend of launch, was probably some of the worst the game has ever been in. I mean, it was terrible in the first weekend of launch. It was terrible. And then, about 2 months after launch, the game started to get better, and that's when I actually got it out. So when I think it was the same time as Season 2 came out, and I got to 155. And then, this season, and last season, was horrible. I mean, absolutely horrible. This season's really bad. They've added Battle Royale, and they have I'm worried about battle royale more than PvP, which is a sad thing. And on top of that, they have not fixed problems that need to be fixed. The MP7 is still fucking broken. The M4, even after all the nerfs, is still broken. The 725 is still more annoying to go against. Fire rounds were added. Why? I mean, the riot shields are just stupid. I mean, like, these are serious problems with the game, and they don't care. I mean, you got that one streak. I honestly forget the name of it. I do this every time I talk about it. I remember it, like, later on. The VTOL. I just remembered it earlier. The VTOL. It's too easy to earn, and as a broken streak, too easy to earn. I don't care. Oh, you can use these basic trainees and these perks, whatever, and it'll help you. No, I use those perks, and I still fucking die from the damn thing. It's broken. It clearly, obviously is. So yeah, they need to fix these things that they need to be fixing. They're fixing things that don't need to be fixed. Like, and that made no sense. The new weapons, garbage. They had a chance with MW2 coming out literally 2 weeks or 3 weeks ago to drop the ACR remake, a fucking PP 2000 or PP 9000, I think is what it was called, remake, a fucking lever intervention remake. No, they had all these opportunities to drop these weapons, but they fucking didn't. What did they add? A pistol and a fucking semi-auto sniper that no one gives a shit about. I have some friends who are really excited about this whole pistol, but it's garbage. Most pros will on you as garbage. Swaz class is good, but it's still not anything useful. I mean, this is sad. It's this garbage how they don't fucking care. They just don't care at all. Period. They just don't. Now we know P developers that made MW2 went to Respawn back then, and now they came back to COD now. So next time we have an Infinity War game, we may finally go back to the traditional lanes of COD. But I hope, I'm praying for you, Treyarch. 2021. Give us what we want and bring back COD. I don't care if he's a remastered BO2. I wasn't a huge fan of BO2, but I will take it any day over BO4 or MW. I mean, like, this bring us the old school COD. Bring us what we want back. And Infinity War to save your game. To save your game. Release MW2 multiplayer remastered, and release whatever state it's in. Release it. I don't give a fuck. I don't care if YouTube's in it. Fuck it. I don't care. You can take an updated 10 days down the line or whatever, or a month down the line, and take them out. Bring back MW2 remastered. It's multiplayer. And then also fix the fucking issues that we're talking about in these videos. I've seen hundreds of rant videos, and we all pretty much agree on the same fucking thing. The game is unbalanced. Skill-based matchmaking is retarded. So this is what I'm speaking to you, Infinity Ward, right now. To save your game, to get people to re-download it, to get people to buy more on it. To get your sales numbers up. Take skill-based matchmaking away. Bring back old school mini-map. Fix unbalanced weapons when the community says, hey, you see that MP7 that's killing way too quick for an MP7? Nerf the fucking thing. It's too powerful for what it is. Update the game. Fucking reduce the challenge requirements for Damascus. Damascus is retarded. Alright, I don't know what you were doing with that. That was stupid. It's not even worth the grind. So at least make it worth the grind. Fix the maps. Redesign the maps. Just shut down the servers for 2 days. Fix your shit. Reopen the servers and the game will be better. Promise you. Like, just get rid of those maps. Put new maps in. Because these 3-line maps that you do have aren't what the same old school 3-lane maps that we remember. And the opposite 3-lane maps that you're trying to do, all these windows and all these tactical positions that you can camp in and headglitch and mount up are good, are not good. They're trash. And also get rid of mounting. Mounting was a stupid part of the game. Get rid of the mounting camouflage challenges. Get rid of them. They're stupid. They're not. No, just stop. Just stop. Get some help. Get cheeses. No, stop. But, and you do these things, and I promise you your game will do better. The rant videos will stop. The player rates will go up. You're going to see a huge income in new players because you're going to be not so terrified to get in. When you go on Modern Warfare and you play your first game, it is not fun. It's not a fun game to play. It's not enjoyable. It's not anything. It's just death. Death. It's pure death. And you just start banning people online that camp. And I mean, this is going to be a controversial thing is, we need to stop camping now. Because it has gone too far. I have people argue with me all the time, well, MW2 and all that had camping. No, they did not. Not anything near as bad as it was. You had your odd couple of camping, but I know back in the day when I played, it was not camping at all. I mean, I would go in there and drop nukes every day, every game I would drop a nuke. I mean, it's not hard. Nowadays, I get in, I have to literally sweat, break controllers just to get one nuke in a game because the way the players are. We need to do something to counteract the way people are playing. Simple. We got to counteract it. That's the only way we can fix the game. And if you can fix the game, like player-wise, the other things can get changed little by little, and it will make the game better. I think that's important. The game realizes that you can change things little by little every update, and will make the game better. But you need to get rid of the player base first. The player base needs to be re-cleansed of its playstyles. The playstyles need to be re-cleansed. That's honestly what it is. I mean, you go back to World War II, and World War II has this camp in it, and boy, it is triggering, but it's not as bad as Modern Warfare. So yeah, that's the video for you guys today. I am doing some other things today, some things planned. It's like 5 o'clock right now. I slept most of the day away, so. But yeah, so I gotta go, guys. I love you guys, you're one kind, and until the next one, it's been your boy, and yeah. Don't play Modern Warfare, don't play BO4, play World War II, play IW, play AW, play Fortnite, play Minecraft. Until the next one, it's been your boy. Yo guys, just want to let you guys know that I am sick. That's why there's kind of some weird sounds in the video. I do apologize if it sounds a little weird, but your boy is not feeling too good today. But I hope you guys enjoy the video.